The United States says a new plan to deliver aid to Gaza will be effective, despite criticism from international agencies that it breaches humanitarian principles and could endanger Palestinians. Middle East correspondent Eric Twarchek reports.
The plan's been outlined by the US Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee. He says that there'll be secure distribution hubs set up inside Gaza, with the security provided by private companies and the distribution as well. The Israeli military will act on the perimeter, he said, to secure those sites in the middle of a conflict zone. This comes after more than 9 weeks of an Israeli blockade of food and other aid supplies like medicine from entering Gaza. There's been enormous criticism from international agencies of Israel's actions, with some calling it a potential war crime. Now, aid groups and medical charities operating inside Gaza say the signs of starvation are evident in the population, and those things are going to get a lot worse in the coming days as the last remaining community kitchens, which were feeding hundreds of thousands of people, close. Aid agencies, though, are highly critical of this plan. They worry that Israeli control of the security will lead to the distribution of aid being used for military purposes. They say it compromises fundamental humanitarian principles of independence, neutrality, impartiality, and also it seeks to supplant an existing extensive and sophisticated aid delivery system that was able to feed and help house and treat the diseases of more than 2 million people in Gaza during the worst crisis they've ever faced. So those aid agencies say there is no need to replace the existing system. Israel says it has had to come up with this new mechanism for delivering aid because Hamas was exploiting previous aid deliveries. That's something that the militant group has denied, and also something which aid agencies say was not evident during the ceasefire phase when aid was surged into Gaza. The final details of this mechanism are yet to be released. The United States says they'll be made clear in the coming days, and as will the aid agencies that are going to be working as part of this new aid delivery system. At the moment, the US ambassador says he won't name them because the final details of their participation are still being worked out, but also likely because the humanitarian groups that are already operating in Gaza and who are desperately begging Israel to allow supplies into the territory are going to be highly critical of their involvement.